Hello. How are we doing? We're doing all right? I've got to say, it's a lovely crowd for a Tuesday night. Let's test your voices out. Please give it up for Matt Spracklin and Lachlan Bryan and the Wales for opening the show. It's absolutely awesome you've all come out. There's some very familiar faces here. I reckon there might be a few people who watch this TV show called Neighbours. And there's one idiot at the back who watches Home and Away. What are you doing here? I think we're technicals all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here for my album launch. In the UK, it's called The Point. Thank you. I'm very proud of it, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'd like to do the very first song is from the album. It's called All That I Could Do. Got myself in a mess tonight, sort of mess you can't put right. Not the first time, won't be the last. Yes, I got good at going wrong, not learning lessons or being strong. It's best I move along and do it fast. Oh, I never found a place I couldn't leave. But there's always a first time, I believe. I never thought she'd get her hook so deep inside of me. And it's all that I can do to set her free. I've never made a bed, but I lied in a few. Left pillows of tears, one or two. I've been chased out every kind of town. I'm a fool for love right from the start, but I'm the fool who breaks the hearts. And the only rule is never stick around. Oh, I never found a place I couldn't live. But there's always a first time, I believe. I never thought I'd hesitate. Is it too late for me? It's all that I could do to set her free. Got myself in a mess tonight. Stayed around instead of taking flight. I did the crime, now I'm doing the time. She said she'd wait, but I told her no. The flame's gone out, it's time to go. It's nobody's fault but mine. Place I couldn't live. But there's always a first time, I believe. I never thought she'd get her hook so deep inside of me. And it's all that I can do to set her free. I never thought hesitate. Is it set free. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very, very appreciative you've come out. We're touring around the UK now for the next 2 weeks, I think it is. I want to say hello to everyone on Facebook who's watching as well. This is being live streamed to Facebook. Yeah, so just remember everything you say and do is right out there. No, I don't want anyone trying to go viral tonight, okay? Just behave yourselves. My mum was an incredibly important person in my life. Not just because she gave birth to me, although that was a really inconvenient thing for her to do, but she was my spiritual guide, and she always said to me that she would be looking after me after she was gone. She'd be looking down on me, and it's a great thought to hang on to. And tonight's a bit different for me because there's a beautiful girl, Sarah, and a dad here tonight who lost their mum and wife last week or a little bit earlier. Pamela Green. She was my number one fan in the world. Now, everyone says I'm your number one fan, but Pamela genuinely was. Yeah. So I love the idea that my mum or anyone who might have passed in our lives still has some presence there that they can bring down onto us and share with us. And I'd like to think that Pamela's up there too, shining down on us. This is for Pamela. It's called Hey You. Hey you, haven't seen you for a while. Thought I should take the time to check in. Hey you, did you find what you were looking for? A slice of heaven through the door to the other side. Hey you, I feel you watching down on me. Is that just make believe? Are you really there? Take time to maybe sling me aside. What you promised could be mine if I believed in you. I'm dying to see you again, 'cause you're my best friend as a child. I miss you, you helped me through the years. Can you help me now? You're not here. Hey you, I feel you watching down on me. Is that just make believe? Are you really there? Faith is blind. I still need a sign. What you promised could be mine. Life, you made it feel right to be afraid. You didn't have the answers to what life's about. You told me what the question was so I could work it out. Hope I see you standing by my side when the dark decides to close in. Hey you, I feel you watching down on me. Is that just make believe? Are you really there? Take the time to maybe sling me aside. Thank you, and all my love to Sarah and her dad and to Pamela. Bless you, darling. Bless you. Thank you. Hey, see my finger? Yeah. It's snap tendon. Makes it really interesting playing the guitar. You'll hear some bum notes tonight, and that's the finger. I broke it playing soccer, playing football. I was actually in a match. We were leading 3-2, and they were attacking the goal. It was in the 94th minute, and I was the goalkeeper. I flew across, heroically saved the goal to win the game, and snapped my finger against the goalpost. It was a piece of stupidity, really. I might have broken it making the bed. It's so depressing. Broke my finger making the bed. Never mind. So if you hear any strange notes tonight, you know where they're coming from. One of my spiritual homes in the UK. I mean, I love the UK all over the place. It is my second home. There's no question. Thank you. I've got some wonderful, wonderful friends here, and of course I've got a family here as well. But my spiritual home, I think I have to say, is Liverpool. There you go. We've got some Liverpudlians here. It's Liverpool, and not just because I support the Reds. I love the Reds. I've actually got someone here from Crystal Palace who probably doesn't want to hear that. But it's also just a wonderful, wonderful town. You know, it's full of working class people. I feel it's an honest place. It's very Irish. It's divine. And in Liverpool, there's a church called St. Luke's Church, and it's bombed out. It was bombed out in the Second World War because Liverpool was the most bombed city in the UK in the Second World War. And they never rebuilt it. It stands like a silent testimony to the troubles of war. And but it still gets a congregation because people love to go there to meet. And a wonderful friend of mine, Chris McIntosh, wrote a song about meeting on the steps of the bombed out church. I'd like to do it for you. You know that she just worries, and you know that you've not been the best son. She would have wanted riches, for you're married to a local girl. But you never been that way before. You learned to walk, you learned to run away. So meet me on the steps of the bombed out church. I will never let you go. If only I had the chance to hold you. I kissed you in the boat, but that was so long ago. Now I'm here and I'm alone, and all I want to be is right back home. Right back home. Streets glazed with ice. I went crashing through the snow with your face totally making my heart glow. I told your mommy you're sorry and took back those things you said. 'Cause you know that she just worries, and you know that you've not been the best son. Steps of the bombed out church. I will never let you go. If only I had the chance to hold you. I kissed you in the boat, that was so long ago. Now I'm here and I'm alone, and right back home. So meet me on the steps of the bombed out church. I will never let you go. If only I had the chance to hold you. I kissed you in the boat that was so long ago. Now I'm here and I'm alone, and all I want to be is right back home. Right back home. Thank you. That's Mr. Riley Catherall on guitar there, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going for him. Lachlan Bryan beside me on the right here. Sean Ryan on the bass. And the beautiful Jennifer Hansen on the piano. She always gives a bigger cheer than all the boys, and so she should. As Lachlan has probably mentioned to you, I've got to say, Lachlan, I'm never going to look at Homer Simpson the same way again. As Lachlan pointed out, he and Damien Caffarel co-produced The Point. So if there's anything you hear tonight, you don't like it, he's the man to go to. The album is called The Point. And funnily enough, there is a song on it called The Point. This is almost like I planned it, really. And I wanted to write a satire about people searching for their point. You know, we all have this, don't we? What's the point in life? Why do I get up? What's the point in getting up, going to work? So I thought I'd be really, really clever and write a funny satirical song about a juxtaposition between the people who are still searching for their point and those who have found it, particularly in religion. And the song was shit, to be honest. I took it to Lachlan and he said, no, this is nowhere. I went home and I had about 14 beers, and I sent them a revised version because I actually realised what I was writing was a love song. This is the point. If I had a choice of any fruit on the tree, I pick the one that's easy to peel. If I had a choice of any God on high, I'd pick the one that's got your eyes. If I had a choice between sprinkles and cream, I'd pick the one with the most calories. If I had a choice of any God to get me by, I'd pick the one that's got your smile. What is the point of getting on my knees, praying to someone I can't even see? And what is the point in trying to get forgiveness from someone I ain't even met? Fork in the frog and toad, I'll choose the way that'd get me this slow. If I had a choice of any God I could choose, I'd choose the one that looks like you. 'Cause I can see the point, getting on my knees and asking forgiveness from someone I can please. And I can see the point in seeking the truth. Don't need it from God, I can get it from you. Thank you. Thank you. I started feeling a bit emotional about that. It's really interesting. And sometimes if you're looking for your point, you just got to look to the person sitting right next to you. Sean. I love you, Sean. Hey, thank you for coming. You're very close. And I love that. I love to be able to see every sort of little you do. I just wanted to warn you, there's a song coming out very soon. I like to do a bit of crowd surfing, so get yourselves ready, all right? Well, I've been on Neighbours for 27 years. I can say I've been on Neighbours for 27 years because it's coming back. Woo! Which is kind of handy. The first call I got was from the executive producer of the show to say it was coming back, and I was pretty chuffed. And the second call I got was from my bank manager to say that they weren't going to foreclose after all. It's just sweet of them. Hey, did Lachlan mention that it's very expensive for you guys at the moment here in this country? And it is in Australia as well. It's a pretty tough time, so I really appreciate you coming out tonight because it's a big one, you know. I had some people say they really wanted to come and see my show, but they'd had to wait for payday to pay for the ticket. And I thought, wow, okay, that brings it home a bit. When I started back on Neighbours, I realised I needed my script file from the previous seasons. I've had it for years. And I dug it out of the cupboard, and on the front of it, I was reminded there's a cartoon, and it's of a lost and found office in a department store. And the person behind the counter is asking the patron, can you recall when you lost your dignity? And I thought to myself, yeah, there's a song in there because, you know, we don't always lose material things. This is Lost and Found. 2, 3, 4. Hello, lost and found. Can you lend me a hand? I lost something precious to me. I don't understand. Maybe I left it on a park bench, maybe on a bus. One minute it was here, and the next it was lost. Oh yes, I guess a description is really what you need. The item that I lost is a memory. It had fire in its eyes. It dreamed and made plans to lofty heights it desired, and it always took a stand. It was the envy of every man. The world was its oyster. Pearls of wisdom dripped from its lips. It was happy, young and popular. Oh yes, I guess it was careless to take my eyes off such a prize. And the price that I paid was wasted time. best of times when you look back and realize just what you let slip away. Hello, lost and found. I rang you yesterday. I found a little piece of my missing property. Oh, it was in my dream. And when I awoke, it was lying next to me, having a smoke. Kindly took me back to the place where it all began, the place I put it down. And when I turned and ran, all the other missing bits were waiting there for me. My smile, my pride, my honesty, and my empathy. Oh, thank you, lost and found. You helped me solve my plight. The item that I lost was in plain sight. Oh, yes, I guess a description is really what you need. The item that I lost was me. Thank you. My pedals misbehaving. Thank you very, very much. Now for my crowd surfing song. So I've just got a little dicky pedal down there. I didn't play guitar on that last song to your ears. It's probably just as well because I'm pretty shit as a guitarist. Sean's laughing because he knows it to be true. I've got to say that we all have a favourite place, don't we? Yeah, I mean, one of my favourite places is a little archway in a street called Pinoak Court. It's kind of a place I like to canoodle my second wife. Sorry, Bubs. Yeah, we all. Everybody loves Jackie, right? And the thing about having a favourite place is, though, that a lot of them can be very distant, you know. The Himalayas, favourite place, or Paris, not too far for you, a long way for us. But my favourite place is actually a little bit closer to home, and I won't tell you the title of this song because you'll work it out. With a fearsome monotony, working to another man's rules. Nothing ever changes, it's getting on top of me. They never teach this stuff in school. If you dream big, have hard, listen up and study hard. Work till you drop, never stop, go the extra yard. You just can't wait to get home to your bed. How good is bed? How good is bed? Oh, there's no place I'd rather be instead. In a fortress made of pillows, safe in your embrace. There's no place I'd rather be instead than in your bed. Sleep is the most underrated therapy. It's better than any pill. The Idealistic tendencies that you ridicule are the only exception to the golden rule. Life is generally better spent in bed. How good is bed? How good is bed? Oh, there's no place I'd rather be instead. You can't sleep, there's copulation. We'll raise another generation. There's no place I'd rather be instead than in your bed. Wait till the alarms, wailing melody, tearing me from blissful dream. Lucky this monster has a vulnerability. Just hit the snooze and let me sleep. How good is bed? How good is bed? Oh, there's no place I'd rather be instead. Spooning with my sweet one and nestled in her neck. There's no place I'd rather be instead than in your bed. Oh, there's no place I'd rather be instead than in your bed. Oh, there's no place I'd rather be instead than in your bed. How good is bed? How good is bed? How good is bed? Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't even begin to tell you how much it means to me to have people come out and appreciate the music. I love you for it. And if you like the music, it's available on all the streaming services, of course. And we as musicians, our manna from heaven is if you like us and you follow us in particular on social media and, of course, on our streaming platforms. And you know, occasionally if you want to sling us a buck to buy some merch, you know, no one's adverse to that. This next song was actually gifted to me. It was written by Lachlan Bryan and Damien Caffarella. It was originally written for a Wilds album, but it didn't make it to that album. And they pulled it out of the cupboard and showed it to me. And I said, well, please, guys, let me have this song, which they agreed to. It's called Quiet Time.
1, 2, 3, 1.
They're home again on Saturday night in their own bubble, their own design. The children are sleeping and they're drinking wine. What more could they ever want? She's going nowhere, they're going nowhere. She's got her quiet time. Weatherboard cottage, eucalypt tree, an hour from the city, an hour from the sea. Conifer needles and claret ash leaves, and the gutters are heavy with mud. He's going nowhere, but they're going nowhere. They got their quiet time. They're going nowhere, but they're going nowhere. They got their quiet time. They got some money she put away. He says they'll spend it somehow, someday. She figures that's reason enough to stay. But he knows she probably won't. They're going nowhere, but they're going nowhere. They got their quiet time. They're going nowhere, but they're going nowhere. They got their quiet time. Thank you. That song always feels to me about the perils of standing still for too long. I reckon you gotta keep moving through life in order to find out what it's all about. Yeah? I think it was Cocteau who said that, wasn't it? What was it?
I had a little bit of whiskey in my mouth.
Have
when
you?
you asked it.
Jean Cocteau said that life is a horizontal fall. I thought that was quite profound.
You're showing off now, Fletch. I did philosophy too, and I can't remember who that is.
I read it on the back of a Reader's Digest. Hey, my grandfather, Lachlan sang a song about his grandfather, and long after mine passed, I thought I wanted to write a song about Granddad, about Pop, because I never really knew him. For me, he was just an old man. Mum and I used to go up to the farm. Pop had a farm. We used to go up to the farm, and we'd bash up the highway. It was 205 miles due east from Perth in Western Australia to go to Calgarin in the wheat belt there. And we drive up in Mum's Triumph Herald, singing along with Doris Day, Que Sera, Sera. And up at Pop's farm, I only remember him being old, you know. He just pottered around in his old grey suit, and he wore shoes with no socks and an old fedora hat. And the thing about Pop's farm is it ran fallow because a city farmer bought it. For some reason, governments made it lucrative for people to buy a farm and then just completely ignore it, so it ran at a loss and they could get a big tax deduction. It's kind of dumb, the way I looked at it. And eventually Pop and Nan just lived out their last days in this little fibro house on this completely abandoned farm with the Dugites, which are a poisonous snake in West Australia, slithered around. And every afternoon, Pop would get into his old car, which was a Holden Brougham. It was a classic Australian car. And he'd drive off to the pub. And I wanted to write a song about him because I realised I needed to know more about him. I talked to my brother, I talked to relatives, and I did some research. And there's a song about my grandfather. I don't know if it's accurate, but I'm fond of it. It's called Jack. I only ever knew my grandfather Jack when he was an old man. I heard he lived a long life. I heard he was a soldier. He fought in the Great War for a 15-year-old boy. It wasn't great at all. He survived every battle, and every battle took its toll. Jack, he was a soldier, I'm told. Some say he was a pie drifter, looking for a new life. And before he'd even found it, he had to take a wife. She was heavy with his child, he had to come in from the cold. Jack, he was a drifter, I'm told. I don't know what's truth or fiction, fantasy or fact, but I heard a lot of stories about Jack. heard he was a pioneer sent to the new lands, a tiny country town where only one building stands. He scoured the land of trees and scrub, looking for his pot of gold. Jack, he was a pioneer, I'm told. I don't know what's truth or fiction, fantasy or fact, but I heard a lot of stories about Jack. I heard he was a farmer in the land of wheat and wool, crafting out a living from unforgiving soil. So one day he'd had enough, the sheds and the paddocks sold. Jack, he was a farmer, I'm told. Old Jack sat by the fire, listening to Blue Hills. Then he donned his old gray suit and hat and offered no farewell. His aging Holden broke, it carried him up the hill. So him and Jim could get another one in down at the Hyde Hotel. The wind blows through a farmhouse with no windows and no doors. Jew guys, they're all around under rotting floors. The soldier, drifter, pioneer, and the farmer are no more. The radio is silent and the fire's long gone cold. Good old Jack. The reason I really wanted to write that song is because I think we all have a tendency to look at older people and our older relatives as just being old people. And we don't really sit back and look at them and go, hey, they were young like me once. And they lived the same life that I'm living now, or the life I want to live. And I think it's really important that we take that into consideration and talk to our older relatives about their life and the life they live. In fact, Jen's doing an oral history of her dad's life, and I think it's a fantastic thing to do. Let's honour our older people. What do you reckon? That's coming from one who's got a birthday coming up soon. No. Someone said to Jen last night, are you Alan's wife? But you're so young. Yeah, thanks for that. Hey, this next song was written by Lachlan's co-producer, Damien Caffarel, and he sent it through to me by message. I fell in love with it. I refined it a little bit. We gave it back to Lachlan to finish it off, and it's a song about loss, and it's a song about accepting loss. It's called Leaving. Darling, I'm leaving. Wipe those tears from your eyes. No time for grieving. Reasons for goodbye. Whatever comes and come with me, it'll come as no surprise. Darling, I'm leaving, not leaving you behind. promises we spoke, what starts in fire, it ends in ash and smoke. I heard you say there'll come a day the promise would be broke. Darling, I'm leaving, 'cause one of us must go. We never give a moment's thought to the passing of the days. We hold each other tightly, but only one of us can stay. I'll always be beside you, inside a picture frame. Darling, I'm leaving, but I've been leaving since I came. Darling, I'm leaving, but we still have today. Thank you. Ladies, keep it going for Riley Catherall, please, on the lead guitar. He makes everything so pretty. Lachlan Bryan here on the acoustic. Sean Ryan on the bass, of course. And the inimitable, the impeccable, the beautiful, the stylish, the fashionable.
The favourite.
The intelligent, the underpaid, Jennifer Hanson. It's very well known that I'm an aficionado of John Prine. I love John Prine's music. Thank you. Yeah, he's a genius. You know, John Prine was a postie. In fact, he had a poster around in Chicago, I think it was, and he'd roll around on his bike. And one day he went to an open mic night and he listened to people play. He said, "Shit, I'm better than this." So he went down there and sung a few songs. And the guy who owned the bar said, "Can you come back next week?" And he did, and he went 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and he realised he probably better write a new song since everybody had pretty much heard everything he could do. So he wrote one of the most beautiful and poignant songs about old people called Hello in there on his bike ride, and it just summed up the genius of the man. And sadly, we lost him to COVID after he survived 2 bouts of throat cancer, so it's just incredible. But he was my inspiration, he's my muse, and the very first John Prine song I heard was this one. That's why I wanted to put it on my EP and my album. It's called Fish and Whistle. I've been thinking lately about the people I meet, the car wash on the corner and the hole in the street, the way my ankles hurt with the shoes on my feet. I'm wondering if I'm gonna see tomorrow. Father, forgive us for what we must do. Oh, you forgive us and we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. I was in the army, but I never dug a trench. I used to bust my knuckles on a monkey wrench. I go to town and drink, I give the girls a pinch, and I don't think they ever really notice me. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us and we'll forgive you. Oh, we'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Then we'll whistle go fishing in heaven. Oh, fish and whistle, whistle and fish, eat everything that you put on your dish. And when we get through, we'll make a big wish that we never have to do this again. Again, again. Ah. The very first job I said thank you and please. They made me scrub a parking lot down on my knees. Then I got fired for being scared of bees, and they only gave me 50 cents an hour. Well, Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us and we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue, and we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. Fish and whistle, whistle and fish, eat everything that you put on your dish. And when we get through, we'll make a big wish that we never have to do this again. Again, again. Oh, Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us and we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue, and we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. We'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. Thank you very much. It's nothing really. I mean, it really is nothing. Then we'll whistle and go fishing in heaven. Fish and whistle, John Prime. I hope you're having a copacetic evening, are you? And if you're not having a copacetic evening, I hope it's just short of terrific. Well, failing that, just good. I'm going to call Mrs. Fletcher up onto the microphone here.
Yes, well, this is a story that's kind of about us, but also we think might a lot of people in any kind of relationship will relate to. It's kind of a banter song, isn't it, Fletch? And
Well, yeah,
it's a song that really, well, it might help people in some cases if you're having an argument with your partner and maybe your way of getting through it. You can get some tips from this song.
Yeah, we've been married for 33 years, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, to other people, but, you know.
I have the patience of a saint.
Yeah, no, I love Jen from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, and she tolerates me from the bottom of hers.
No,
But,
darling, I'm very lucky.
One thing we've learnt, though, that a lot of relationships and marriages fail because people feel the need to be right. They need to find blame, you know, like who's to blame for something. So this is a song about how to avoid that marital or relationship trap. It's called Somebody. Somebody left the gas on, nearly burned the whole house down.
Somebody forgot to feed the dog, nearly bought him in the ground.
Somebody left the washing out in the pouring rain.
Now we got no clothes to wear.
We'll have to go nude again. Somebody, who's the somebody of whom you speak? Somebody Ain't it about time that somebody took the blame and wore the shame?
Nothing to watch.
Somebody left the lights on. How much is that gonna cost?
Somebody left the door unlocked.
Yeah, well, somebody was in a rush.
Somebody left the seat up.
And somebody forgot to flush. Somebody, who's the somebody of whom you speak? Somebody, it must be you, 'cause baby it sure ain't me. Somebody, does the somebody have a name? Ain't it about time that somebody took the blame and wore the shame? Somebody, who could this somebody be? Somebody, it's a mystery to me. Somebody, who's best that we don't know. 'Cause if we find out, then somebody has to go. And if they leave, then I'll be left here on my own. Without somebody, this house just ain't no home. Thank you. You stay right there. You stay right there. I'd like to get Jen to do one more for her. Do you want us to stop and you just have a drink? What do you want to do? Tough. This next song is actually a song, the very first single I put out. I put it out with as a country duet in a classic country style. Again, a song about relationships, because I think a lot of relationships fail because of the absence of one simple little word. It's called Sorry Is the Word. Said goodbye, you didn't see me cry. Said that I was heartless and unfair. Never realized the hurt I brought to your life. I never said how much I really cared.
Never asked me why, watched me walk away without a word. You could never see the hurt you brought to me. I gave you everything you deserved.
misery. And when we fought, you clung to me. Guess you never made it quite clear.
Blinded by the love we made, didn't see this love decay. Never thought that you would stray from me. The word left unspoken is the reason we are broken. It's praying that you turn around. You just chose to stand your ground. Now 2 hearts lie in pieces, 'cause your pride won't be defeated. Sorry is the word you never found.
Met a girl, we're together still. Had a kid, you know the drill. Not a lot of flame, there's more spark.
The man is honest, always kind, and I'm always on his mind. But you're the one who truly holds my heart. Word left unspoken is the reason we are broken. It's praying that you turn around. You just chose to stand your ground. Now 2 hearts lie in pieces, 'cause your pride won't be defeated.
Sorry is the word you never found.
Sorry is the word you never found.
Sorry is the word we never found. Thank you. Keep it going for Lachlan Bryan on the piano there. Riley Catherall, Sean Ryan. That was Jen Hansen on vocal. Thank you. And thank you to everyone on Facebook who's having a look at us. We're touring all over the UK. We're 3 days in and we're heading north tomorrow to Selby and Settle and shooting all over the place. Newcastle, into Scotland. It's going to be fantastic. And just sorted out a gig in Liverpool, which I'm pretty chuffed about. Yeah. So, if you're on the Facebook there and the Facebook, listen to me. If you're on the Facebook, the Facebooks, yeah, we'd love to see you out there around about on the tour. As I said, I've been married to Jen for a long time and very, very happily. I got hit with the lucky stick there, but you know, there's a possibility that Jen may have dumped me, or I may never have met her. And in those circumstances, I'd be out there on the dating circuit, on the Tinder. Actually, there's a few people I've recognised here tonight from Tinder. Yeah, I'm on there. I look like Stephen Dennis. And if I was on Tinder, I think this next song would be my Tinder profile. It's called Spend a Little Time With Me. I was thinking, maybe if I gave up drinking, took a course in lateral thinking, you want to spend a little time with me. And I'm guessing that maybe if I took some lessons on how to make a good impression, you want to spend a little time with me. If you're out shopping for some gentle little locking. I'm the guy you're looking for. If you're ever craving a little misbehaving, I'm the guy for giving you more. Now I'm hoping maybe if you gave up smoking, recreational token, you want to spend a little time with me. And I'm wondering, maybe there might be something that's holding you back from loving and spending some time with me. If you're mistrusting the prospect of coupling, I'm up for discussing our remedy. Put me on probation, I'll meet your expectation. Satisfaction guaranteed. It's 'cause I'm so lonely and wanna get home there with you. I'll clean out my act, I'll always have your back. As a matter of fact, I'm okay in the sack. Now I'm praying if I can stop myself from saying anything you find dismaying. Wanna spend a little time with me. And I'm confessing it isn't true love I'm expressing. I don't just need caressing. Please spend a little time with me. I go to Rome and get a papal blessing. If you spend a little time with me, it's as easy as can be. Please spend a little time with me. Thank you. This is the point of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. We sing our very last song. Yeah, it's heartbreaking for me because it means that I have to. My life ahead is now very dull. Just go to the bar and drink myself stupid. We always argue about this. We're doing this today.
Yeah, let's do it now. Okay, sure.
We've been arguing about this for every gig that we've done. I have been accused by somebody on this stage of being a grumpy bastard. I know, darling. And actually is another person in here in the room who managed all of us on the Neighbours Celebration Tour. Did anybody go to the Neighbours Celebration Tour? Woo! We saw 32,000 people in 15 shows. Incredible. The best part about it was we got to see 3,000 people up close and personal in the meet and greets, and that was the best part of it because we got a chance just to say thank you. Thank you to you guys. You got the show back on air, and you know, you kept me in a job and 200 other people, and you're absolutely awesome. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, I can be grumpy. And, you know, I try not to be grumpy. I really do try. Thank you. But, you know, on Instagram, every day I read 100 posts at least that tell me how to be calm. And they just give me the shits. And I reckon I've got a right to be grumpy. I mean, the world's a terrible place when you think about it, all the stuff that's going on. And the longer you live in the world, the grumpier you're going to get. It's only natural. But I don't want you to think I'm not a passionate person. I am passionate. I'm passionate about truth. I'm passionate about justice. I'm passionate about people looking after each other. And, yeah, thank you. And I'm passionate about beer. And I realise that sounds a little bit trivial, but there's nothing I can do about it because beer and I just get along so well. But I'm a bit fussy about the type of beer I have. And It's becoming increasingly hard to get the beer I like, particularly in my hometown of Melbourne, Australia. So I've written a song about it. It's called For the Love of Lager. The workday is done at the setting of the sun. I hear a siren's call from a beckoning bar stool. I got a hunger and a thirst. I think I'll fix the latter first. So I drag my bones down to the local. I push through the saloon doors. I see no carpet on the floors. Seems there's been a bit of renovation. I order up a beer. The barman says, please be more clear. I'm gonna need a lot more information. We got a pale ale, Louisa, Block, a Pilsner without the fog, a blonde or a dark or a brew. You want a porter, a wee spear, a double or a wheat beer, I'll heavy light on you. A standard, a premium, a lambic or a saison, a cold shore, a nitro or a stout or a farrow. I said, mate, I just want a beer. The barman looked me up and down like I was some kind of clown. And I swear a hush descended on the venue. He tugged upon his beard and he grunted and he sneered and he disdainfully handed me a menu. We got an IPA, an APA, a Radler made from Chardonnay, a bit of elderberry infusion, something called a Dortmund, a stout with hints of lavender and coconut to add to the confusion. There was a creek and a steam and a triple malted cream and an alcoholic ginger beer. You know where this is going, don't you? They didn't have a simple fucking lager. Now, if you're asking me, beer's a simple recipe. You only need a handful of ingredients. Take malted barley stew, add some yeast to make it booze, and serve chilled for maximum enjoyment. Yeah, I don't need bananas or mustard seeds or coffee beans or after don't need Levi's poo. Cannabis or ginger, beard yeast or chili or frankincense or myrrh. Jesus H, keep it simple, stupid, extra flavours are rooted. I'm not trying to be rude. You can shove your botanicals up your pale ale, keep my lager true blue. Just clean and crisp, no unnecessary shit. A beer with nothing weird in it. The same one my grandfather sipped. A simple lager's the brew I chew. Thank you for tonight. Love you for coming. Thank you very much. Bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you to Becky, thank you to Tony, and thank you to Rich. Good night. You knew I was going to play one more anyway, so you just... I'm like Carl Kennedy a bit, you can't stop me. So one more, lovely. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Bedford. I'd like to thank Becky for looking after us and Tony for having us here. And Rich up there on sound done an incredible job too. It's a beautiful venue, don't you agree? We talked about John Prine earlier and my love of John Prine. So we'd like to finish with a John Prine song, which I think has one of the most beautiful titles, not to mention lyrics, of all of his songs. It's called Speed of the Sound of Loneliness. Come home late, you come home early. You come home big when you're feeling small.
come home straight and you come home curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. I got a head that burns with a fever. I got a worried and a jealous mind. Well, how can love last forever? Be left so far behind. What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. Mr. Catherine. It's a mighty mean and a dreadful sorrow. It's cost the even line today. How can you ask about tomorrow? You ain't got one word to say. What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? Broken the speed of sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. Out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. Thank you. Good night. I love you for coming. Thank you. Come and say hello after, yeah? Thank you. You're the best.